Sylvester, I want to start with you. Could you describe what a big sequence that was? McKay had been giving you guys trouble all night. You guys got like a 3-point lead there, and you got the back-to-back blocks on and around the rim. Could you describe that sequence from what you saw and how big of a swing that was down the stretch?
I just wanted to play defense and just, play tough. I think I had four fouls at that point. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's about the win of the game. I can have my fouls and we lose the game. So it don't mean nothing. So I just had to play. And Scott reports he always go right. So I just, figure he's going to go back to his right hand. And I just was fortunate to get the block.
This team's been trying to play small, more small lineups a little more often here of late. What was it like to see you and to be on the floor and be a big part of pulling this game out in the second half?
It's just, me staying out of foul trouble. Me and Coach Bowles, we just talk right now. Just watching my fouls, doing film, and, just know where I can avoid, the easy, cheap ones. But small ball lineman, I think it can help us a lot. So, look at teams that press a lot. Everybody can handle the ball 1 through 5. And Ben doing a good job at the post. Now you can kick out. We've got 4 shooters everywhere. I think it's really helped us. But, we'll just see how the season goes.
Jordan, could you describe what that sequence was like there? Again, that guy's been hurting you guys all night, and Sylvester came up with the 2 huge blocks in a big spot.
It's really, they're huge. It's huge down the stretch. How much time was left? What, like a minute? Minute 30? Like 2 minutes? 4 minutes? Whenever it was, the blocks were huge, and it definitely made us, just play with more swagger at that point in time, play with more energy on the defensive end. So, credit to Vest.
You guys have been able to make those winning plays more frequently late in games, whereas at the beginning of conference play, it just weren't there. But now you have 3 wins in 4 games. What does it feel like to finally be able to pull that effort out and be able to keep consistent performances in the second half?
I think, just off that question, I just think, just playing hard down the stretch. I feel like just us wanting it more. Our first half of MAC play, we were losing games by 4, 5, 10. Little margins where we can turn around and win those games. So coming through the second half, we're just focusing on just one game at a time and just focusing on the game-winning plays. I remember watching the Kent State film. We didn't do that. And, Coach Bowles just harping on just, hey, be that guy, get the 50-50 balls, long rebounds, scoop them up. So just trying to consistently make that play in practice will translate into the game.
Another moment that stuck out in this game was the last three-pointer you had made, kind of in between three-point line and half court, and it goes in, you kind of just give a little head cock. What does that message send, you making those threes and just stepping in tonight?
At that point in time, it's more so just sealing the game. After a big shot like that, it's more so, okay, let's get another stop. Let's seal the deal. So when you make threes like that, they feel good. They just feel really good, and I just like when the crowd's into it like that.
That one to you felt like that was the nail in the coffin.
Most definitely.
Jordan, last week you set the record for most made threes. Today, you passed 300. What does that accomplishment mean to you?
That's what's up, man. Honestly, I really don't know what to say about it, man. It's just I still have a lot of season left, so just excited, how far I can really push it. You know what I mean? So just try to just take it a game at a time, and see how far I can really get.
Sylvester, obviously, Central Michigan, they play small. They really like to push the tempo. DeLeo is kind of their center. What was that like for you, having to adjust to kind of the pace of the game that Central Michigan likes to run with?
We watched film, did a lot of scouting report, and I had to guard 20 most of the game, and he's not really a good three-point shooter, so I think that helped a lot for me, helping guys and me matching up with him where, I can just, guard just in the paint or within that area. So I think the small ball didn't really affect us because, they had a known factor from the three-point line. So I think that was big. DeLilo, he's a good three-point shooter, so we just decided to just be up on him. I think JP took the challenge today to just, make sure he doesn't get his usual 7 3-pointers a game and stuff like that. And, he did a good job today.
What did you guys do defensively overall better than you did Saturday?
Coach Bowles, talked about Saturday's game. We were not like the Ohio University, basketball team that he he wanted us to be, that grit, that grind, that just being tenacious on defense, pressuring the ball. I think we watched film and saw a lot of things where normally like 2 games of the game before that, we up on people, but we were just like 1 foot, 2 foot away. So I think we talked about that, made that point of emphasis going into the game. We wanted to put on a defensive clinic. That's what I was telling them in the huddle. I think we did that in sports, and we did a pretty good job on defense, and actually, just helped us throughout the game.
What's the difference for you defensively going up against like guarding a 6'5" guy? Even though he wants to work in the paint, it's obviously a lot different than going up against like a 6'9", 6'10" center. So what are the adjustments you have to make against a guy who wins on more craft instead of size?
I mean, just let him, shoot over me. It's a real tough shot. Like when a 6'5" dude shooting over. I mean, you don't know if I'm gonna jump or if I'm just gonna stay there. So I think just playing, sticking to principle, playing defense, solid, be physical, just let him shoot over me, rebound the ball, and we just leave with the results.
You went 3-2 in the month of February. What do you feel like? You feel like you're establishing your identity as a basketball program?
Yeah, definitely. It's more so on the defensive end. Anytime when we lock in defensively, I think I feel like offensively we compete with anybody in this league. If we can just consistently focus on defense, day in and day out, and make that our identity, I think we can definitely be a force down the stretch.
Does it feel like a throwback day for you, Jordy?
Every day feels like a throwback day for me, man. I just like being out there playing, man. I enjoy the game. I don't got a lot of time left, so just being out there, man. It's a big blessing, big blessing.
How are you able to get in such a rhythm tonight shooting the ball?
Early in the game, personally, man, I didn't think their defense was all that good. They really want to play offense. They want to push it. They want to push the ball, score. So, them switching up a lot of defense, whether it's zone, man, or trapping, whatever the case may be. I was just finding just open slots where my teammates could give me the ball, and we executed.
Sylvester, we see this every time Jordan hits a shot in this building. It's a different kind of feeling. When he hits a shot, it's like 1.5 times when anyone else hits a shot. As a player on the floor, when he hits 2 or 3 of those in a row, can you describe what a lift or what a swing that is for the guys playing the game out there?
I think he actually boosts us a lot, just seeing the old heads, AD, they're hitting threes. And, everybody just hype, gives you that energy. We want to run back and play defense, got another stop. Okay, where JD? I always tell him if I get an offensive rebound, the first person I'm looking for is you. So, just that, he's going to knock the shot down. That he's going to bring that energy, especially on when he's shooting, knocking it down. But I think it just makes us tougher, get excited, more energy, and just, want to play harder.
You guys sense that too? Like you could hit a 3 and it's a good reaction, but then Jordy hits one.
Go crazy.
After what happened on Saturday, how much emphasis was put the last few days on guarding the perimeter?
It was more so just ball pressure. It's not like we can't guard, it's just more so when we was focusing in on this game and moving forward, it's just we got to just pick up our ball pressure. Just keep looking back on Saturday, man, we just weren't the aggressors that game, just when you got 3 guards that can get it going like that and you're 2-3 feet off them, being able to do whatever they want, you're going to be in for a long night, to be honest. So just focusing on here and now, just ball pressure, gap defense, because that's our identity.
Jordan, seeing like you haven't beaten them since 2014, how does it feel to finally be able to get that accomplishment?
It's nice. I finally beat everybody in the MAC now, so that's a cool accomplishment for real. So, but the main focus just on to the next one. We got BG Saturday. We can what is it? I don't know who we play in the next game, but is it BJ?
Yeah, you're right.
I don't really care who it is. It's more so we just want to win.
You get the sense you guys are ready to make a big run here at the end of the season?
Most definitely. We're just now starting to flow and starting to play, some pretty good basketball. We still haven't even played our best, so I definitely see it in the future.
You guys being the 2 players with the most experience in college basketball, do you see the younger guys definitely take to playing, not necessarily harder, but do you see them progressing more at home Do you think it's easier for them to play at home than it is on the road right now?
I think the young guys I think they're moving along just fine, to be honest. I think on the road and home, sometimes, shots don't fall, but shots don't fall for everybody. So I think they're doing really well. All the young guys are doing really well, improving.
Coach Arkley, you want me to go ahead? Yeah. Really proud of our guys. Thought it was a great win for us. And, like I told them, we've won 3 of our last 4. And we've done it on the defensive end, all 3 games. And we did tonight in Western and Miami what we didn't do at Kent State. And, coming in the game, they were 1-11, I believe, when they get out-rebounded, which we didn't do. And they're 0-10 when they scored under 80 points. So big thing for us was just defensive presence. Obviously, Dilio, you got to pay attention to him, all-time 3-point leader in the history. And then gap, because they just put their head down and drive and try to get you to draw, kick, and give our guys a lot of credit. At halftime, we were down 6, missed some layups, had 9 turnovers, missed some wide open threes, and we just went in and said, hey, stay positive, pick yourself up. Next 20 minutes is going to be big. We made some adjustments at halftime. Guys did a great job carrying it out in the second half, and did a great job closing out the game at the end.
Describe what went into your celebration there. It's about 4 minutes to go, you're up 4, and Sylvester gets the back-to-back blocks on McKay inside, and you went ballistic in a good way. Is that because he didn't get his 5th foul, or because he made the two big defensive plays? And got the shot?
2 big defensive plays. We're a much better team when he's in the game, and he played 20 minutes tonight and had 5 fouls, and he was a plus 16. And there was another game where we played that he played 18 minutes, and he was the only guy who was plus on the plus minus. And he's very good defensively. He's obviously a 5th-year kid, mature, plays great defense, and those are 2 big blocks and rebounds at the end, and we need to keep him on the floor.
Coach, winning sequences like that weren't there at the beginning of MAC play, and now they're finally here. You guys won 3 of your last 4 now. What's it like to finally have games that finish like that, where you guys are making those kind of plays?
Well, if you go back and look, we lost 5 games by 25 combined points. So you're looking at 2 possessions in those losses. Some of them won, and you can go back in a 40-minute game and find you could have done one thing different. You could have I could have done one thing different, and it's such a fine line of winning and losing. So, loose balls, sprint back in transition, knocking free throws in, all those things add up. Especially in the league, you look at Bowling Green. Like I said, they're 9-3 and had a negative point margin, so they're winning all those close games. And that's, like I said, it's a fine line of winning and losing. And when teams make that play, they normally win.
How nice was it to see London McDay make a couple winning plays at the end? Obviously, he dives on the floor, gets a steal, and then has a breakaway dunk. How nice is that to see from a freshman to do that in crunch time?
Yeah, the kid's a winner. And if you look at his high school career at St. V, won a couple state championships, played for a 3rd, and he hasn't played probably the last 2 weeks like a freshman. Started almost every game for us, if not every game. And we have a lot of confidence in him. Hit a huge 3 in the left wing, in the second half as well. And he's a tough kid, very good defender. He's not playing like a freshman.
Does this freshman class in general feel like freshmen anymore, with how much they've played this year?
Yeah, they're getting there. Ben Roddick's kind of in a groove. He didn't shoot the ball well tonight or Saturday, but it's like when you're a shooter, you keep shooting. And he's done some good things. Miles Brown's given us good minutes the last few weeks, and there's nothing like experience. Even from freshman year to sophomore to junior, when you go through something, you know what to expect. And these guys have grown. We knew there'd be some ups and downs. It was a growth process from day one, and we like them.
You mentioned shooters, and Jordan Dardis, 7 of 12. Just to have such an experienced player and have such control in a game, what does that offer for you guys?
Yeah, we ran some plays for him, and he hit some big threes. And anytime you can space the floor, people have to game plan for him. Number 1, 2, they got to pay attention to him. And when he's shooting threes like that, it opens up driving lanes, post feeds, et cetera, for everyone else. And if you look at the games he's struggled to score, we've struggled. When he shoots the ball well, we normally win those games. And I thought our balance was really good. Ben Vanderplas hit a big free throw at the end. London misses a one-on-one, comes back and, makes the other one. And, just great job by our guys closing it out.
You guys have been rolling with the small ball, I know, pretty consistently throughout the month of February, but not so prevalent tonight. Kind of what does that say about the, being coachable, being adaptable of the guys on your team?
Yeah, I mean, that's the game nowadays. I mean, you got to adjust and adapt and figure things out. And, sometimes it's a chess match out there to figure out what works, what doesn't work. Foul trouble might dictate it. Fatigue might dictate it. Going with the hot hand might dictate it. So I think just to have the ability to be able to do that, we started it really against Northern Illinois. And, it's given us good minutes. I haven't, looked at the overall plus minus, but, it's been effective.
That first half seemed like one of the more physical halves of basketball this season. A lot of bodies flying all over the place for loose balls and things like that. Does that physicality kind of match up with what you want, or was that something that maybe wasn't expected? Or
yeah, we knew it was going to be a physical game. They forced 15.5 turnovers a game. They get 11 offensive rebounds. They crash the boards hard. They put so much pressure on you, off of turnovers and misses and even made baskets. They're pushing the ball down your throat. And, they put the ball down drive. Free throws are a big part of their game. And, so we knew it'd be a physical game, and I thought our guys did a good job handling it.
Decision to go big or small tonight, was that entirely in the first half? Was that entirely because Sylvester got his 2 fouls early on? Was tonight a night you maybe wanted to keep a big out there more often than foul trouble?
Yeah, definitely. And I thought Nolan did a good job in the first half. Vest was able to stay on the floor, for the majority of the second half. And we gave him a break, I think maybe around the 13-22 mark to get him some rest at that 12 media timeout. But, like I said, we're a better team when he's on the floor. And as long as his conditioning is good to go and, I trust him, we're going to keep him in there. And, late in the game when, we knew they were going to foul, we went smaller. So that kind of dictated that.
Obviously, you guys did the job defensively tonight on the three-point arc. What was the difference from Saturday? Was that just, every now and then you got to refocus in on what you are and who you are as a team? Is that what we saw the last couple of days?
Yeah, and it goes back to when you play a good team on the road who had 8 days off, who 3 seniors, 2 junior starters, and they're coming off 2 losses. There's an urgency on their part, and when you go on the road, you have to exceed that energy, and we didn't do that. And that's probably our next step. I think we talked about it, of beating a team ahead of us on the road and understanding what it takes. And we didn't get that done, and I didn't obviously have them ready to do that. And I think the ball pressure wasn't there. They kind of did what they wanted, threw the ball where they wanted to, and that was probably the biggest difference.
As Sylvester said, you guys got back to playing Ohio University basketball tonight defensively.
Well, I think the last, even the Northern Illinois game, our defense was good. And we lost a couple close ones there, and the reason we've won 3 or 4 is because of our defense. And you're not going to shoot the ball well, but you can always play defense. You can always rebound to keep yourself in the game.
What was the scouting prep for McKay? He's 6'5", can't really shoot, not a great athlete.
Yeah, very, very tough matchup. He's really a 5-man. Statistically, everything's in the paint, and the guy hits a 3 tonight, and then we foul him on a 3, and you'll live with him shooting, making 1. But I thought, the gaps weren't there. He's such a tough matchup because he can put the ball on the floor and he's just going to, kind of crab dribble down to get the ball right by the paint. And I think he's shooting 62% coming in the game. And he's a tough matchup. We switched the matchup from first half to second half. Some of the second half putting Ben Vanderplas back on him and Vess on number 5. So we kind of tweaked it a little bit.
How do you feel that with Jordan Dardis scoring those 3s in the mid-second half contributed to your momentum in winning the game?
Yeah, it's huge. And, the 3-2 zone bothered us in the first half. I thought we were stagnant. We didn't get the movement. We didn't get the ball inside like we needed to or wanted to. And second half, we made some adjustments, ran a few different plays that we didn't do in the first half. And, he's such a threat from NBA range, so you have to find him. And he did a good job of moving without the basketball. And, we got a lot of confidence. And a lot of times Jordy, when he hits his first, 1 or 2 shots, he feels good. and we need him to keep shooting because he's such a threat.
I asked the players this too, but obviously there's a good crowd reaction whenever one of your guys makes a shot, but with Jordan, it seems to be amped up, like multiplied by 2 or whatever. Do you get a sense of that during games? Like not every make is the same. When it comes from number 35, I don't know, it packs more punch or it lights the fuse a little bit better in this building.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fifth-year senior. You know, the fans have seen him grow. You know, they know him, and they've been with him for 5 years. And, you know, I'm assuming they know what he went through for 2 years. And when you see a guy come back like he's done and have the success that he's had, you know, everyone loves that. Probably no one more than me. But, you know, it's good to see him do it. And that's the first time in his 5 years he's beaten Central Michigan. And, you know, that's one thing he wanted to do, and thankfully we did it. Happy birthday to Ohio University. Great win for Bobcats on birthday.